Hello, everybody. This is Waldorf.
And this is Statler.
And continuing our sneak peek series, this time we're going to look at the Infernal Dwarf previews.
Yes. Once again, you can go to the ACS update thread in the general discussion, or you can find it on the dashboard.
Dashboard? Under?
I forgot what the heading was. Sneak peek curve, whatever that was.
Who posted that?
Bondbeard.
Okay. Just checking. All right. So, first preview we have is the ID 2.0 preview part 1. Look at that. These three guys like that.
Yes, they did.
All right.
We know where their allegiances lie.
Is this our standard disclaimer? Yes, it is.
I think it is, yes.
Are you ready? Are going to get a full reworked book sooner than later. Well, that's awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
Didn't they get special attention already once?
What's that? They'd have. And it's kind of... I'm hearing... Sorry. I shouldn't say this, but I'm hearing so many that are getting the special attention / sooner than later.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah. It's starting to... Anyway. If I'm hearing 17 different books are getting this, then which one is getting special attention? Anyway.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back.
You'll see as we get later in this list who got the special attention.
They're losing Relentless and Sturdy.
Because
wait, don't worry.
Relentless is now replaced by the new movement rules. So
yes, and Sturdy, we removed the do not suffer negative hits to stand and shoot reaction to the dwarf shooting profile. So that part will work like before, but Thunder's charge is being definitely removed.
Okay. We
have moved the do not suffer.
I like that.
Oh, they've moved the do not suffer a negative penalty to the profile.
Right.
And then they've lost the Thunder's charge.
They lose Thunder's charge.
Which is fine. The Army strength and weakness. The first turn damage was a main weakness, so they took that away.
Yeah. I never liked that.
I
didn't like it on the dwarves anyway. So.
The Chosen of Asheruk.
Yes.
Models with this will automatically pass all horrid tests. I guess that's the new terror.
That's a new terror or fear. I don't know.
Terror, I would think. Because horrid. But still suffer. Oh, maybe it is your old fear. But still suffer -1 discipline from horrid. Yeah, I think you're right. And consider all units without Chosen of Asheruk to have insignificance.
Okay.
Models with this gain Fury. Fury cannot be used in the first round of each combat, and model parts with restraints cannot use it. So mounts can't use it, basically. What's
mounted in this army?
Guy on a Manicore.
Okay, there you go.
Maybe.
Manicore?
What is it? Is it a big Manicore thing they ride?
They have the
Lamasu
or the bull thing.
Okay, so
anyway, so the monster guys. All right. So basically, all those guys get the Fury is if you roll a 6 to wound, it causes 2 wounds.
Yep.
Or 6 to hit.
It
causes 2 hits. Yeah.
The hits multiply.
So that's fine. And insignificant, basically, you don't care about all the slaves, the orcs and goblins and hobgoblins. And I guess they're all gone. So
they have that rule.
It's just hobgoblins now, isn't it?
We don't know. No, they have orcs.
They still the orcs? I can't remember.
They do have orcs.
Oh yeah, they're still there.
Dirt cheap orcs.
Oh, they don't have the iron orcs anymore. Is what it is.
Correct.
Yeah. It's ironically,
not yet.
I have an orc and goblin army all because I painted up back in the day black orcs to be slaves in my old chaos dwarf army.
And you had hobgoblins in that army, so that gave you the orcs and goblins to start your orc and goblin list.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's start with the pair of our items. Blade of Burning Steel. Hand weapon enchantment. Wielder gains +1 attack and metal shifting. Oof. Okay.
I like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's not ignore armor. It's not fixed metal shift, so it's better against... I'd like to see more of that, actually.
Better against high armored.
Yep.
And may added an extra attack. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Is he strength 5 or strength 4?
I think the big guy's 5.
I think the Lord is 5.
I think the next guy down is 4.
And I think the hero is 4. I think so.
But the strength doesn't matter, does it?
Well, I mean...
Metal shifting.
The higher your strength, the better having extra attacks is, right?
Is it? Because I thought with metal shifting, you're rolling to wound based on your
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, what am I thinking? Yeah, it's
based on
it's
the
based on their
armor.
armor. It's wound. Yeah, yeah. Never mind.
Right?
Forget.
Am I thinking right?
Forget. You are thinking right. Forget what you're hearing from the other side of the balcony.
I'll be sure to.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
typically
yes,
do
you are.
anyway.
Yes, that's true. So yes, it's that is correct. It does not matter. So, huh?
So
Well, that can actually be bad.
yeah, it makes you're not good against low armored stuff.
Yeah.
Unless
Exactly.
I'm wrong about metal shifting.
No, it is. You're correct. It's based on your armor protection. So low armor guys aren't going to be so afraid. It's going to be a whole bunch. It's going to be a lot of, 6s to wound. Okay.
Okay. That brings us to the next thing.
The
which
power
is
of No, it's not Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar.
It's Nezib Kesh. The power of Nezib Kesh.
Who is Nebuchadnezzar?
I have no idea. Some name they've made up from somewhere.
Is that Blondebeard's middle name?
Could be.
Just checking.
I think it's Hermanod's.
I
Probably.
think everything based in this army is somehow
It's related to him
goes back
someplace.
to
Yes.
Blondebeard.
The range of the bear's engineer global rule, if it has any, is extended to 12 inches. Wow. When a war machine is when did I say a war machine? When a war machine is selected by the bear's engineer global rule. Oh man, I gotta get the lawyers out of these rules writing. Its shooting weapons gain +1 armor penetration until the end of the turn.
When a war machine is selected by the. Okay, so basically the
Engineer helps with the armor penetration.
yes,
Okay.
that's what it comes down to, right?
Okay.
And that's all it does.
So he gets the regular engineer rule, plus he gets this additional bonus.
Correct. Is this an item or an ability? I think it's an item.
I'm assuming.
It says, yeah, a
it's an
pair of
item.
our new items.
Yeah, it doesn't
right?
say that it is, but I assume it's some kind of trinket.
A what?
A trinket?
No, dwarves won't have trinkets. I don't like dwarves, but dwarves don't wear trinkets.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of dwarves, but
Yeah.
I won't even assign them.
Okay, and finally, redesigned giants are shared by many armies, and it talks about this. And they're giants, and now giants will have fixed stat lines, and they get, reading on top,
Oops, sorry.
yeah, part of the family of qualifies. They can get chosen of Asheruk, and they can get to keep their 4+ armor, which is nice.
Yeah, that's a really nice ability in a giant.
For a giant, it is because it's only toughness 5 only. Overseers with their massive strip, blah, blah, blah. They make effective bosses of slaves. Okay. And constructing and mining priests of Nezib-Kesh are happy to accept a little massive aid from brawny bruisers, equipping them with enormous mining picks capable of smashing absolutely anything they might count as smashing.
All right. So they're going to smash the ling things.
Ja, mein Gott, im Himmel ist er smashing. Okay.
All right.
Giant stat line. So it moves 7.
Oh, it's
That's
faster than the old giant.
Yeah, and marches 14, so they made it quicker.
Okay.
Offensive weapon skill is 3, defensive 3, so that's about the same. It's got hit points 7,
It's getting the hit point.
so it's gaining a hit point. Resilience is still 5. Strength is 5, so
That's down.
strength is down 1. AP 2.
Okay, that fits the 5.
Ag is
Agility.
agility. Thank you. Agility 3, and then
Discipline's only 8.
discipline is it's down. Well, this one is, so it's down from 10 to 8.
I know the standard
And it's got
standard giant was 10.
Yeah, and it's got fix. It's got 5 attacks.
Attack value is 5.
Yeah. Okay, and it can choose one of these weapons. It can get a club, which gives it back its strength
Okay.
plus AP, so it then
Okay,
becomes
so back to strength 6.
so it's basically what it was
83.
before with a club. Or you can give it the slave master's whip plus 2 agility, so you can kick it up to a 5. That's
Okay.
nice.
Ooh.
Friendly hobgoblin slave units within 12
And
inches of the
6
giant
if you're charging.
can use his
Discipline.
discipline and gain plus 2 movement.
March.
I'm sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Plus 2 agility. So
And he's chosen of Asherok, so he's kind of the leader of the goblin stuff.
right.
That's kind of
He
neat.
doesn't care about that, and but yeah, initiative 5. That's 5 strength 5 attacks at initiative
Yeah.
5. That's not too shabby.
He can also get a mining pick, which
Yes.
gives him a crush attack. If the giant has 8 plus attacks, it gets 2 crush attacks instead of 1.
Yeah, and we'll explain that
The
momentarily.
giant gains +1 to hit when attacking a unit garrisoning a building, which means, of course, that you're going to be able to go in buildings again, from what I'm reading right there.
Yeah, which is
And
unfortunate.
Ignores the distracting granted to the enemy units defending a wall. So he doesn't
Yeah.
care about walls, he swings over it.
Okay, that's an interesting choice. Special rule, innate defense 6. A rage for each missing hit point the giant gains or gets +1 attack value. So every time it takes a wound,
So
Or
you
it
can
takes-
have up to 11 attacks with him.
yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah. So he gets worse
But
as
I'm-
you fight him.
But I've never got that thing about. I've never been a fan of the monster getting better as he gets hurt. But
Generally not, but
the
it's,
rage is building.
yeah, it's a
with this
fluffy
one.
thing with the giant. You think it'd reach a point of no return, but the giant see giant do. He has heavy armor, and he has a chosen.
Okay. The giant sea giant do is the flavor for each army.
Yeah,
Is what
right.
I've heard them say before.
Yeah, so
That's a nice giant. I don't know what he's priced, but that's
I don't
a
see
nice giant.
stubborn. Do you see stubborn listed anywhere?
I did not see stubborn listed in what they said.
Yeah.
Whether that's the case, whether it's just omitted from this or whatever.
Yeah, if he doesn't have stubborn, it's going to depend how many points he costs. He's still, he's not so bad because he's got 4 up armor, so he can handle a little bit of missile fire
Correct.
and some magic missiles and such to a certain degree.
Yeah, and if he goes with this agility thing, this whip, he's going fairly fast.
Yeah, he's faster than most people, except for elves. And he's going the same speed as they are.
Unless he charges.
Yeah, if he charges, yeah, he's +1, yeah.
Hmm.
So, except for elite elves then. But, yeah, I think I like that, whip.
Yeah. That's kind of neat.
That is kind of. I'm wondering if he's lost stubborn. That would be the only thing.
So from what I'm gathering, though, this is the stat line for the giant.
Right. That's what I'm assuming.
So I can kind of probably expect this in the orc and goblin giant.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, whether he gets I'm sure, who knows, but I would expect most giants have this option.
Have the club. Yeah.
And it's what comes after that.
Yeah, I
will
think
be
those things will vary from different. Except for orcs and goblins, they won't get anything but clubs.
You sure? They should.
Everyone else will get bonuses, not them.
No, they'll be able to carry a trinket,
Exactly.
I'm sure. All right. So there's the giant and a couple weapons.
No, they'll be the only one that has yelling ball as an option.
No, it's the only attack they have
exactly.
is yelling ball. Which, did come in handy every once in a while.
Yes.
Let's
And we
move
need
on.
to scroll down. These are kind of spread out through the thread. Fortunately, that thread only has 3 pages, but
There we go. And there's their second preview.
yep.
Yeah, somebody needs to get on the ball and group these together. No, just keep working on what you're working on. Leave this,
Yes.
if you don't mind.
Just as this disclaimer
Our
again.
normal
whatever.
disclaimer.
And here we go. So, all right. Following this guideline, we have improved our most lackluster war machine, the gunnery team, turning it into a mobile weapons team that can choose from the following weapon concepts. It's a concept. It's not a weapon. It's a concept. I don't think concepts could hurt you with kinetic energy. A Gatling gun. The Gatling gun should be the go-to option in aggressive armies. Yada 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 yada. Small rocket launcher. Okay, and a small flamethrower. Okay, what do they do? So it's got a profile. It's on a 40 by 40 square, so it's not a round like other.
It's a unit.
It's a unit because it moves around. Advances 3, 6. Only marches 6, so it's
That'll
slower
march 9.
than other dwarves. Okay, it's got a discipline 9, of
I wonder
course.
if they misprinted that.
Maybe because it's a war machine, because other people's
Could
war
be.
machines don't march
Don't
at all.
move, okay.
So chosen of Asheruk. Okay, so it can command goblins. It's got 4 hit points, so one less, but still resilience 4. Armor. There's your armor save. Armor save 4 up.
4 up. Well, I think it had one before, didn't it?
Well, yeah, I'm just saying you're talking
Yeah,
about them not having armor saves.
Yeah, war machines.
Yeah. Infernal armor. and hard target. Oh, it's got hard target also, so -1 to hit. That's nice. Attacks 2, offensive weapon skill. They use different acronyms for all of these different posts.
Yeah.
Or 4. It's only strength 3, AP 0, agility 2, but it has quick to fire.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And quick to fire is no longer a thing. So.
Whatever.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
you know,
They
I assume it's the
cleaned
same.
up
Yeah,
these.
it's the same rule though. I mean,
It is.
It's
the same rule. It's just
so you can move and
changed.
shoot, and you can stand and shoot.
You can move and shoot and stand and shoot.
Although, until you read the next rule, which says bulky equipment, the model cannot voluntarily choose flee or stand and shoot as a charge reaction. So it can't stand and shoot.
But it doesn't pay for moving and shooting.
But the model can march and shoot, so it can
Okay.
move and shoot. So that's okay. Must take one of the following artillery weapons, 0-2 per army. You must take one of the following. That's part of the listing. Not that you have to take it in your army.
Correct.
Okay, so the gunnery, volley team, bazooka, flamethrower. Okay.
And that's the 3 they talked about up front.
Yes.
Key things to note: they're still short range, can mark and shoot.
No penalty.
Bazookas help against tough targets. They're not on round bases, which means they don't offer a springboard when units finally close on them, because you can't adjust to hit them however you want.
Still springboard, but it's not as
Right.
the attacker
It's at
can't
least
control
somewhat
it.
Controllable.
Yeah. So it can use them as, depending how cheap they are, you can use them as emergency chaff also.
And the
And redirectors.
flamethrower has the lowest range of the 3 weapons, but an old trick is coming back. That sounds scary.
Yeah, it does.
With with reduced power, but welcome anyway. Okay. Here's a magic item. They have the icon of the Inferno, which is a banner enchantment. Whenever a non-attribute,
One per army?
non-bound spell is successfully cast by a friendly unit within 12 of the bearer may cast a blaze from pyromancy.
And that's the new magic missile.
I think that's the D3 strength 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it says pyromancy attribute. Yeah.
If the attribute stays the same, which
Yeah.
probably will. I'm surprised this one made it in. It seems pretty crazy to me, but hey, we get to kill things more with spells. So blah, 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 blah. Okay. Wow. So they're getting a basically the banner gives them a second attribute.
Right.
Okay. I mean, you're paying for the banner to get this once a turn, right?
Is it once a turn?
No, it's not once a turn.
That's how many every time you cast a spell.
Okay. That's pretty good then.
And it doesn't look like it's limited to the type of path that you choose.
No, it definitely looks like
So you can actually now still keep your fire burning ability and try some other paths. That's interesting.
Yeah, we'll have to see what it costs again.
Yeah.
As normal.
Yeah.
As usual.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay.
All right. But it worries me. It worries me when even the team that's building this says, "I'm surprised this made it in." That always is a bad sign for me.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, we thought this was overpowered, but they let us get away with it.
Well, if it's a D3 one, it's not, like it's crazy.
All right, and we're moving on down. There's another one down here somewhere. There we go.
36.
Right
Yeah.
there.
There you go.
Third preview. There, display. This is by Whammy Whammy.
Yep. Whammy whammy.
Whammy Whammy.
It's not a very good name for an Infernal Dwarf as far as I'm concerned.
Whammy Whammy.
It'd be much better.
He looks like an Infernal Dwarf.
He
for
does,
sure.
but Whammy Whammy,
Well,
I'm
not
thinking
really.
orc and goblin with
He
a
doesn't
name
have
like
a big
that.
hat on.
He doesn't have a big hat
She doesn't have a
or sheet or whatever that is. Yeah, it looks like what was that? Hero 6 or whatever the heck it is.
All right.
Big Hero 6. The chick with the rollerblade things. I don't know.
Okay. Whatever. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, just reminds me.
As everyone is well aware, our incarnates are somewhat overused.
Wonder why.
Oh, that might be because they're really, really good.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure there'll be an immediate urge to say, well, that's because they MSU, blah, blah, blah. The argument's already been heard. And the news. Volcanic Embrace is still Strength 4, but AP 0.
And Volcanic Embrace is just in contact.
It's that, yeah, the initiative 0 hit, everyone takes a Strength 4
Right,
hit
right.
at the end of combat.
So it's
Now they've lost its AP.
yes. So it's a stomp without an AP.
Frenzy has been added.
Okay, so they get
So
an extra
they're-
attack.
They get
No,
an-
they do not get an extra
do
attack.
not get an extra attack.
They're easier to hit.
They're +1 to be hit.
Yes.
Fury has been added
So they get double hits when they roll a 6.
on their to hits. +1 offensive skill to. Oh wow, they double hit them. +1 offensive skill to 5 and -1 defensive skill to 3.
So they're going to be hit on 2s and 3s by other things.
Yeah, if something weapon skill 4 gets a hold of this, they're going to hit them on 2s.
Yeah. I've been noticing this on a number of things that I've seen.
Well, they used to have frenzy.
Yeah, I think I'm hoping that they've just made a mistake, and originally they were just going to drop the defensive skill and not do the +1 to hit, or vice versa.
Right.
Because I think doing both to people is a bit much.
I mean, some of these people are
Especially since you get so much less out of the frenzy than you used to.
Again, if this unit is running into a weapon skill 4 unit
Yeah.
or above, they're giving
It's
this
like-
unit has given them a +2 to hit
Correct.
for a weapon skill 4. I guess it's +1 if it's higher.
Yes.
Because you're already hitting on 3s. Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, and right now we're getting hit on 4s by most things.
It's
So
a general guideline reduce of the defensive skill of frenzied units.
they get a
across all
+1
armies.
discipline, whatever.
No, +1 discipline.
Yeah, just above. Yeah.
This will help with frenzy tests and march tests. So,
Scroll a little bit, please.
okay.
Thank you. Now, it's important to note that Frenzy has changed somewhat. Frenzy plus Fury is more or less equivalent to old friendly use.
No.
No, it's not. 2 hits on 6s replaces 1 attack.
It does if you needed 6s to hit.
Yes, that's correct. Exactly.
Sorry.
While Frenzy by itself is just get angry, possible must charge, parts of the rules, something I completely yada, yada, yada. In fact, the new Frenzy has quite a lot less sting than the old Frenzy, absolutely. Okay. But it doesn't give you the force over ones, which is nice because you can leave people off. But it looks like it still does if forced. You can trigger people to charge you. Okay.
No, you can't. And especially not these guys, because anybody subject to frenzy is going to be in the bubble. And
I'm just saying, it looks like you still it says you still have a frenzy test.
yes,
So at least I'm not saying that they're going to, but they
Right.
still have to check it.
The
It looks
check is
like,
still there.
yeah.
correct.
So frenzy is more merciful than before. I don't think it is. I think it's different, but
Frenzy is what?
it says more merciful than before.
More merciful?
Yeah, down below at the bottom.
Frenzy is more merciful than its original improvement.
That's what I just said.
No, I don't think so. I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
Because
Before you could plan for your overrun and put it blocking units in so you didn't go running off in different directions. So you could mitigate to a certain degree.
wow, okay. All right. A new magic item with a story. Because
Okay.
I like stories. Okay.
Yeah, we're not going to read that.
There's your story. Go back and
Okay.
read the story.
Yeah, you can go back and read the story.
It's a condemned shield for XX points. That's 20?
It's 20 points, yeah.
The wearer gains otherworldly 5/5
Okay.
Fireborn and Volcanic Embrace.
I've seen this too. It looks like Otherworldly is going to have different modifiers.
It's not going to be a standard.
It's not going to be just straight up 3 up, 5 up. So yeah. I'm sorry, 5 up.
5 up,
for everything.
5.
Yeah.
Unless it's just put here for redundancy.
Yeah.
But who knows? Have you seen anything other than 5/5?
I saw something that had
Okay.
a different score. Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
Fireborn and Volcanic Embrace. If it's cheap.
If it's cheap. And
I mean, the Otherworldly is nice, but
and an old magic item. This is for a wizard only. It's a dominant trinket.
Beshaluk's Mechanism.
I wasn't even going to try.
I don't like the name. I don't like Mechanism.
If the bearer casts a bound spell, power level ? Oh, the bearer can cast a bound
Yes.
spell ? Augment range 24 instance. Only target friendly units entirely comprised of models with Volcanic Embrace.
Okay.
The target may raise the following number of health points to. Oh, so it's a raise spell.
Yeah. 4 for infantry, 2 for
Wow.
large infantry, 1 for gigantic.
Oof. Who has Disciples of Lugar guys had that, didn't they? Didn't they have the Volcanic Embrace?
Yeah. They had it. Well, they have the thing we just read has a Volcanic Embrace.
Well, those are large. I was looking at
Yeah.
this. I was looking at what standard had them, but
Yeah.
them have them. Bound spell, something we didn't have in 1-3. Path, okay. All right, that's good. It's a nice spell if you're going to run the other guy. If you're going to run the Kadim or the other guys that have it.
Yeah, the other guys.
I think this will be showing up everywhere. Of course, it is dominant.
Yeah.
So that means it's the only
trinket you can have.
Magic trinket you can have, right?
Yeah, only trinket. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm not a fan of the new frenzy rules, so
No, I'm not at all.
I don't know if you're going to see as many of these guys. I'm actually thinking you're not going to see many frenzy units at all anymore.
I don't think you will.
Unless I'm missing something, yeah. They're just so vulnerable to getting hit now.
I don't know if I'm doing the math right or not, but
yeah.
if I have six guys with frenzy right now,
yep,
I get 12 attacks.
Yep. Or say 9. 2 ranks.
6 guys.
Well, 6 if you already have 6. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 6 guys, I'll get 12 attacks.
Yeah.
Now I've got frenzy. I'm easier to hit. I'm +1 to be hit. And
Plus, you probably have a lower weapon skill.
I have 6 of those, and one of them,
so you get 7.
One of them becomes 2.
Yeah.
It's a hit.
Yes.
So, and if I needed 4s to hit, so I rolled a 4.
So out of 12, you got 6 hits before.
Before I would have got 6 hits before. Now I'm getting 4.
Yes.
Out of those.
Yep.
On average, if I need 4s.
Yep.
So it's reducing 6 attacks. Yeah, by 2.
Yeah, it's only better if you're needing 6s. It's the same. Otherwise, it's much worse.
Yeah.
And then when they come back at you, they're hitting you on 2s or 3s.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, if you need 5s, I guess it's in the old thing. I had 12 attacks. I need 5s. I'm hitting 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
In the new one, I have 12 attacks. I need 5s. I'm hitting 2, 4, 5, 6.
No, you don't have 12. You have 6
attacks.
attacks.
Oh, no, I have a 6. Oh, yeah, you're right.
You're hitting twice.
I'm hitting 3 times.
And plus you get the 1, so you'll be 3. Yeah, so you're still down 1.
So I'm down 1, and then if I need 6s, it's even.
It's the same, yeah. If I needed 3s, it's even worse.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I don't mind them toning down the attack on frenzy. I just think I think the
+1 to be hit and a hit in defensive weapon skill.
Yeah, I think that's just.
I'm worried if they apply this. If that defense.
It's defensive minuses.
It's a -1 defensive skill. Seems to be a general guideline across all units.
Right.
So I'm just thinking of my own units. I'm thinking of my savage orcs, my feral orcs.
Yes.
Now being weapon skill 2.
Right, and a +1 hit.
Getting hit on 3s by crappy 3 weapon skill 3 troops.
Yep.
And then +1, so they're getting hit on
2s. So yes, so you run into some.
Well, that'll
those beast herd.
That'll teach those stupid elves a lesson because they won't get the benefit from their lightning reflexes.
Exactly, completely wasted.
So it's a big win for me.
So it's a bonus on elves because
I got it now.
They still only hit you on 2s.
So it's a nerf and a buff.
So it's a nerf. It's a nerf to like sword masters. They're not as good against you because they're just as good.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. No, they did.
Moving on.
Hopefully they're. Hopefully this is a mistake and they meant to do one and not the other. And they changed it, and they just hadn't fixed it. Because I think it's just too much of a hit.
Sounds like too much of a hit to me.
Especially if you have low toughness guys. Oof, it'll be really bad.
Yeah, they're going to get butchered.
Yeah. And you're not, less attacks and you're getting butchered.
At least that's what my initial math comes up with.
That's what it seems like. Unless we're missing something. I'm sure we'll be told if we are.
And we will be.
Yeah.
I'm sure we miss things. The hereditary spell for the Infernal Dwarves is the next preview, and it is
casting.
Dun, 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 dun.
It doesn't have a name.
It's the Cloud of Magnesium Ash.
There we go. So casting value, range, type, duration, X plus 24, hex, permanent. I'm reading the word permanent.
Permanent is always bad.
And it's got more than 24-inch range
casting
potentially.
Casting value is X. Range is 24. Type is hex. Duration is permanent. Okay.
Yes.
Those are supposed to be lined up under that.
Okay, so it's 24-inch range. For a spell these days is a far range. It's a good range.
It's a good range.
There's a lot of 18s and 12s now. We don't know what the casting value is. Okay, but it is permanent. Did I mention it's permanent?
Permanent.
That doesn't wash out.
I don't know what it does yet, but permanent's always bad.
Yeah, permanent doesn't wash out when you try to clean it.
Is that what that means?
That's what it means, yes. Cloud of Ashen. Okay, the target gains flammable.
Okay.
At the end of any phase, if the target has suffered at least one hit with flaming attacks this phase, it suffers an additional D3 plus 1 hits with strength 4. Armor penetration 0, flaming attacks, and the spell ends. Okay.
Target gains flammable for the rest of the game.
Yes, so it's flammable for the rest of the game.
And any flaming attacks.
However, if it's targeted by a spell with flaming attacks,
or a flaming weapon or anything hits it.
Anything with flaming attacks, doesn't matter what it is.
Correct.
Then the spell ends. It takes this hit.
Once it takes the D3 strength 1. Okay.
Right.
All right. D3 plus 1 strength 4. It's not as bad as I thought initially.
So
I thought this stuck on it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, that would just be hideously bad. Okay. So it goes away once it's got burned once.
Okay.
So it works.
So it makes you
synergizes
flammable
with that other item that we saw earlier, which allows you to get
the pyromancy
thing.
Yeah.
So you take some other spell, whatever they have the options to,
okay.
And then you still can get that thing, and so you get your flaming ability, and you just zap people because I'm sure they have flaming cannons and stuff too.
Yeah, and this one makes the flammable shooting attacks back, which is what they're saying.
Yeah. So because it ends after it takes the hit, and the hit is only D3 plus 1, it's not such a big deal. But if it's if they have a lot of flaming ability on their war machines, it could be quite...
and they mention right below it the flamethrower. The baby flamethrower.
Well, it's a flamethrower. I don't know if any of the other ones do, because they had the flame cannon before, right? So, or whatever it was called, magma cannon, or... So, yeah.
It's not quite as good as the alchemy attribute in melee, but why?
But that shouldn't bother the spell.
Why is it not as good?
Who knows? I don't remember what the alchemy attribute is.
Made you flammable.
Yeah.
So flaming attacks got to reroll the wound.
Mm-hmm.
And this makes you flammable.
Yeah.
I guess this only lasts for one combat
right.
phase if you take a wound.
Right.
Instead of 2, which the attribute did.
Right.
Okay. Plus, it means you still get to throw around flammable in melee if you're on pyromancy cultism. It's not bad.
Right. Yeah, I couldn't remember what. So they're alchemy, occultism, and pyromancy. Okay.
Yeah. And there's your story to go behind this.
Yes.
These guys are motivated to do these things. It's kind of nice.
I like the stories.
Go back and read this. Not now. Maybe later. And the 5th preview.
Yes. I think this is the last one.
Okay, I was worried when I saw permanent, but it turned out not to be bad.
Yeah, it's not so bad because it's not really permanent.
It's okay. Once I calmed down, it was okay.
Yeah.
Standard disclaimer. What are we talking about? Rocket battery.
Talking about the new rockets.
My Infernal Dwarves, welcome to the new rocket battery.
I'm glad I've got 2 of these models.
So what do we got for a rocket battery? What's it do for us?
It's rocket battery 4+.
Okay, hits on a 4.
It's a volley gun artillery weapon, so it's no longer a catapult. It's got a range out to 48. It gets 2d6 shots. It is strength 7.
Huh?
Yes, I did say 7.
7?
But it's only AP 2. And it gets the option like all the other things for the bound demon. So, yeah, strength 7.
2d6 strength 7 hits. Shots.
Community asked many times for a real volley gun for the war machine that could deal with single targets more easily than the precious encouraged rocket battery. We still have the Titan mortar, yada yada yada, and we still play multi-purpose for chaff. Shooting this at chaff. This is shoot at everything with strength 7.
What are you shooting at? What chaff are you firing at with strength 7?
The one that's sitting in front of you.
The one that you can't shoot through?
Yeah. The one that's getting ready to charge you with 2d6, so you're going to wipe it out unless you roll shitty. Yeah, that's
2d6 strength 7.
Yeah. It's only AP 2, so it's not good against cavalry.
Oh, it's not good against cav.
Yeah. 1-up cavalry doesn't save well against it.
That's true.
Yeah, I think 7's a bit much, but okay.
A bit much.
At least it doesn't have the 2 different firing modes like it had before.
I think the toughest thing in the game is tough 8, right? Is there anything better than toughness 8?
I can't think of anything that's above toughness 8.
So 2d6 shots against that stupid War Sphinx thing,
Yep.
which are wounding on 5s, and I think its armor is only 5, so
Yeah.
I think you just chew right through it. So the AP2 doesn't really matter on the things that you want this for.
That is correct.
Because most big tough monsters don't have a lot
It's
of...
only
Well, the Ancient Dragon's going down to... The Elven Ancient Dragon's gone down to toughness 6.
Yes.
So this thing's wounding it on 3s.
On a 3-up.
But it's only got AP2, and that thing has armor 3,
3-up.
I believe.
So yes.
There you go.
So it's a 5. It's only saving on a 5/6. So yeah, really the only thing that's
This is pretty ugly.
got any resilience are 1-up armor guys, and to a degree 2-up armor guys. They have lots of wounds. But yeah, this thing is a bit ugly. This is a bit ugly.
This is really ugly.
I assume it's going to cost as much, if not more, than a Titan mortar.
I assume probably not.
Okay.
Wow. Anyway, and then the new item, the rare alloy Umbo,
Yeah, it's an odd
which
name.
is a shield enchantment.
Mhm.
Gives you a 4-up ward against attacks with AP3 or more. Rare comes with additional ward save. Comes with a conditional ward save. The item only triggers when it's really necessary. For example, okay.
So it's not as good against low. It doesn't help you as much against low strength attacks.
Yeah, but you got big armor, so you don't care about low strength attacks. Okay.
Yeah, you got.
It's conditional.
You got okay. I mean, these guys are all on foot, remember? So they,
Yeah, it's
so
conditional.
They have what, 3-ups? So
Yeah.
yeah. Unless you can give them some. Okay.
No, it's
It's a shield enhancement. If you can get another enhancement to get them to maybe a 2-up, then yeah, it doesn't matter.
they have plate mail in effect, right?
Yeah, they have plate and a
Plate
shield
and
makes them a
puts
3. And then if they can get another enhancement, a helmet or
So
whatever,
they get to 2.
they can get to 2. So they're
So-
fine against low strength. Strength
you-
4
okay.
and 5
This
will
is-
get.
You know what? This
Get
is not
through.
terrible because the ward 4-up, you get nothing if it's AP 2.
Right.
No ward at all. It's not that it goes from 5 to 4 or whatever.
If you're
It's-
AP 1 or 2, you get nothing.
Okay.
So strength 4, strength 5, or strength
Okay.
4 with a halberd or whatever can still get through you. So it's situational.
It is. This is not bad.
It's not. I don't think it'll cost too much.
This
Yeah, this rocket's a
that
bit
scares
much.
me.
Yeah, it's a bit much. Happy bombing is right.
Happy bombing. I didn't notice that. Wow. Okay. Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That brings us to the end of the Infernal Dwarves.
Yes, it is.
Hi everyone, we're just doing a quick add-on to the Infernal Dwarf sneak preview.
Yeah.
We
Annex.
yes, appendix.
Appendix,
We hadn't-
appendix, whatever.
We hadn't got to the point where we published it, so we figured we'd go ahead and add this on since they added it
Yes.
before we got our my lazy butt around to publishing. So trying to blame you, but can't put quite on that one, can I?
You can blame me anyway. I'll just blame you back.
That is true. So, the Infernal Dwarves preview part 6. We're talking about the Torok family.
Yes.
Basically, what we're saying is they lost Thunder's Charge, they lost the Light Lance, switched to Infernal Weapons, and they added the Strider Ruins.
Yes.
That's kind of a...
Torek, wasn't that Vin Diesel's name in that? What was that movie where it's in the future and he's got to smuggle some girl into the United States? Anyway, Babylon AD or something like that.
You're way too much into Vin Diesel for my taste. Anyway.
But he's dreamy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
And he's shorter than both of us.
Changes the
Anyway.
effect that Torok and Anointed lost innate defense and added Infernal Armor.
So he's lost Thunder's Charge, and it doesn't say he gained Devastating Charge because Devastating Charge is now Thunder's Charge and Devastating Charge, right, from what we can tell.
Right.
He lost Light Lance and added Infernal Weapon. An Infernal Weapon is, I believe, +1 strength every
All the
turn.
time. +1 strength, +1 AP, I believe.
Yes, let's do something else. I think that's all it does, yeah. And then this is an added Strider Ruins. Well, there's hardly ever ruins in the game,
I
so
rarely see ruins.
so that's a fluff thing, and that's great. You know?
Yeah, and that's fine.
So, yeah.
Fluff is fun.
Yeah, fluff is fun.
But this is, lost the Light Lance, which was +1 strength on the charge,
Yes.
And gave him +1 strength all the time.
All the time.
That's definitely a buff somewhere in there.
Exactly. Well, the other thing is, does it count? Okay.
It does.
No, I'm wondering now if that blade counts as a hand weapon.
It does. Right here they say it. Down here they talk about it working with parry.
Okay, so it gets parry on top of that. Okay, great. Okay, so he lost under his charge.
Yeah.
Whatever. Doesn't matter because he's got plus. So he lost under his charge, which I'm sorry was, and it was what? Thunder's charge is
+1 strength on the
plus
charge.
1 strength on his and he lost light lance. So he had +2 on the charge.
Correct.
And then he went down to strength 4 for the regular Torak and strength 5 for the Torak anointed. Okay.
So he did lose 1 point of strength on the charge.
On the charge, and now, but he gets.
If he had the light lance.
Right. Which I guess probably people weren't taking.
A lot of people were taking the paired weapons.
Yes, because of the initiative bonus. So now he's going to have, realistically, +1, because of the weapon choice, +1 charge every round of combat.
Yeah, instead of just the charge every round.
Yes.
Which they're saying fits with their army strength and weaknesses, which was not first turn damage.
Right.
Which we saw something about that. We talked about that earlier with the other parts.
So, but it's really better. It's the same first, unless you took lance.
Unless you took the light lance.
It's the same damage.
Yeah, well, it's kind of weird because you
lost under his charge, but you get the sword.
Yeah, but you're down in attack because you typically took paired weapons.
Yeah, that's true.
So, anyway.
Okay.
And your initiative is going to stay the same because you lose the plus for the paired weapons, but you gain the plus for charging in the first round of combat.
Correct.
If you charged.
So
there's a lot of ifs and questions.
So it's still a bonus on the first turn for the initiative, but after the following rounds, you're not going to have it.
But it does fit with what they're talking about. The first round output is going to be less, I believe, in general.
Yeah, it seems to me that
because you used to have 1 extra attack at the same strength you do now, or you had 1 better strength with the same number of attacks you do now.
Yes.
So before you either had 1 extra attack or 1 extra strength
on the turn
what you will now on the charge.
Right.
So therefore, it does reduce their first round damage output.
Correct.
So if that's what they're going for, they achieved it.
They've done that, and the question is the second turn.
The second turn, he's much better.
He's better. So
well, anyway, the second turn,
it depends, I guess, too.
Yeah, he dropped a strength and an agility. He dropped an attack and an agility and picked up a strength.
Right.
If you go with the infernal weapon.
Right.
Anyway.
And if it's a light lance, then he gets.
He gains +1 strength.
He gains +1 in checks.
Correct.
Yeah, so he's better.
Yeah. Anyway.
So it makes you think about which weapon to take, I suppose.
Community's main concern was keeping strength 4 and agility. Strength 6, agility 4, which they did. For the big guy.
For the anointed.
For the big guy.
Yeah. And they've given him infernal armor, and they dropped his special save, but it's basically a wash as far as the save. The only difference is
the infernal armor gives him the fire save.
It gives him the fire save. Yeah.
I think a 5 up.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But it does say that this the infernal weapon works with a shield combines for parry because Cav aren't mounted if they don't have the restraints rules. So I'm assuming that means they don't have the restraint rules.
Right. It was the same thing. Yes. So this makes them more resilient in close combat
because it gives them +1 either a bump in defensive skill or a +1 defensive skill.
Right. So fighting other cavalry, they still get to use that bonus. Yep. Okay. Cavalry type things, I should say.
So they added the Strider Ruins, which again, like you just said,
to me it's fluff. So
fluffy, it's whatever's there.
Yeah.
They lost innate defense, gained infernal armor. That's just a swap out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and so, but to me, it seems. Yeah, I think they've. I mean, you play a lot of tournaments. I tended to see the big guys and not the small guys.
I tend to see the big guys and not the small guys, but they were kind of disappearing. They weren't,
yeah,
as prevalent.
So I think this is better for the big guys. I still think you want to take the big guys instead of the anointed instead of the regular ones.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the price difference between the two.
Depending on the price, just because
the problem was the big guys weren't so much more. They were well worth the upgrade in points.
Yeah, and it's a big upgrade, so because of the strength and toughness,
Right.
makes it such, and the wounds, of course. But yeah, okay,
So again, we'll have to wait and see what they come up with there.
right. As
Right.
always, it depends on points.
It's always up to points.
But does on the surface it looks like they buffed the anointed,
Yes, better than the other ones.
and the buff on the surface, the buff seems to be much more powerful on the anointed than it is on the base Torux.
Right. All right. That's going to be it.
Till next time.
Thanks.